You know, most of the time, folks hail the internet as a bastion of information, bringing the light of knowledge, building communities, bridging the world. But there's a darker side, where the lonely, depressed, disturbed, or just deranged form superficial relationships to carry out twisted acts of suicide, rape, and murder most foul. Consider the case of Trish Bartek, a woman in her early 30s who one sunny day was working in her garden with her infant son. Suddenly, she felt she was being watched, and she saw him, a man, a stranger, staring at her intently from a parked car nearby. She called the cops, he made lame excuses, and he left. Months later, Trish finds out that she was very close to a brutal experience, and that man had come to her house with the express intention of raping her, just like she had asked him to. Or so he thought. Turns out Trish had a very nasty in-law who was posing as a woman online looking for a man to fulfill her rape fantasy and had given out all of Trish's personal information. Scariest of all, in most places, there's no specific law against a scam like that, and the online impersonator could get away scot-free. Some of the lonely people out there go online not to manipulate or deceive, but to expose, to lay bare the darkness in their very souls, the depths of their despair. One such solitary netizen was a young Italian man, Ciro Eugenio Milani, who gripped the Italian blogosphere with the anonymous narration of his quest to end his life. He wrote about it on his blog, Prima di partire, or in English, Before Leaving. He posed questions about how to take his life, discussed his motives, received some criticism, but a lot of support and encouragement. Finally, he announced a date and a method. He would jump out of this life. And so he did, even days before the date he had announced. And like a voice from beyond the grave, pre-programmed messages appeared on his blog even after his death. Anonymity. Facelessness, one of the most liberating and at the same time most dangerous aspects of the online world. People become easy with virtual friends, quickly forgetting that frequent emails and chats with them don't make them any less of a stranger. 16-year-old Ophir Rackham was just such an unsuspecting online chatter. He met a girl, they talked a lot on the phone, he went to meet her for a date, and was kidnapped by the terrorists who had set up the trap for him and murdered. A political twist to an all too tragically cliched story of online naivete. But much more bizarre is the tale of two British boys, just 14 and 16. The older, innocent, easily manipulable. The younger, troubled, old beyond his years, and intent upon dying. Through a series of complicated manipulations involving online communications, the younger boy convinced the older to murder him, as a, quote, mercy killing in a back alley stabbing. But he survived. The disturbed young man is now under surveillance, but he finds himself in the extraordinary position of being convicted for incitement to commit his own murder. Well, that's all for today, but be careful, cybernauts, because it's a jungle out there.